I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
Ah, yes. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And we have a special show for you. But first,
hi, everybody. This is the Hey Poopy podcast with
Dave
and Ellen. And this is episode I have no fucking clue because I'm a ding dong and forgot to check, even though I made us a brand new sheet for 2023. I was like, oh, let me make a new sheet. Oh, but let me forget to actually check. Oh, it's 186.
Nice.
So 186 will always be number 2 to us. I did all the other stuff, but totally forgot that.
Completely forgot about the actual episode number. I'm like, all right, yes, we have those.
It's been a while. The past 6 months have been crazy for Dave and I, so we're sorry we have not brought to you all the goods. But you know what? There's something that in this episode we have discovered, and we're going to get right into it. So it's just the dynamic Poo-O today.
Yes.
And today we're going to do the year in rear view of 2022.
Yes.
And before we get into it, I think we should just check in really quick. Dave, how have you been pooping?
Nothing to write home about. I can't think of anything. We had some people over the weekend, this past weekend, and I drank a lot. I wasn't drunk, but I haven't drank that much in a long time. Since my birthday, I think, October. So I was pretty lit up. And I don't remember going to, it's like weird. I didn't go to the bathroom at all. I didn't eat dinner that night. I just had some snacks and drank. And the next morning, it was like not good. Like pretty much like just liquidy ass.
Oof.
And a lot of pissing. Like I must have been drinking a ton of water in between, which probably saved me from the hangover. But nothing of note. I mean, aside from that, nothing really noteworthy. Just all pretty much my normal fives, maybe a 4 here and there, but mainly 5s.
Oh,
so
a little loose, but nothing horrible.
Nothing horrible, minus the night of drinking. And the next day was pretty bad. How about you?
I have been slightly constipated recently, which if I'm still constipated tomorrow, I might give myself an enema, which our last episode that was not a rerun, we had that fabulous colonic therapist on who was like,
yes,
do enemas over laxatives. And I have done 2 enemas since then. And I would just like to say they're kind of intense.
Really?
I do one, and then I literally feel like I've shit 3 days worth of shit.
Oh, wow.
Every time and just little fleet enemas, nothing crazy. I'm not doing anything like colonic, but I'm like, and then I won't shit for like 2 days after that because I feel like I've cleaned myself out so much.
Yeah, exactly. The store's empty.
Yeah. There's no more TP on the shelves.
Yeah, right. We're like all out.
Yeah, and so I half of me is, I think I like suppositories better. I feel like it just gets out what's near the butthole instead of the entire kit and caboodle like the enemas have been doing. But at the same time, it's kind of awesome to shit that much.
Yeah, I mean,
and then like be very cleaned out.
You probably, I mean, aside from the constipation, you probably are just like completely just like empty.
Oh yeah.
So it's it's probably a good thing.
But the constipation, especially during the holidays, because I was overindulging on a lot of cheese.
That's your kryptonite.
It is. So the reason why I was overindulging is because we kept entertaining because we have this new puppy and we can't do anything except for have people over, which we had you and your lovely wife over. And I buy cheese because I'm like, I'll leave out some snacks for people. And then there's all this cheese left over and I can't help myself.
Well, you have to eat it. And
so I have to finish it. Mm-hmm. And so between the cheese and the too much wine I've been drinking, I think that's what has caused the constipation. I'm the opposite of lactose intolerant. Like we have people who eat lactose and have to shit like 30 seconds later. It just binds me up. So I haven't been pooping as great as I'd like to, except for Gerald made this incredible like tortilla soup last week that was like homemade with like all the works in it.
Nice.
Like he had these kind of like peas in it that he was like, are very like, it's like an African kind of pea that he introduced me to that I didn't know about. You can buy it in the Goya section. I know the Goya dude's fucking racist.
They're not black eyed peas, right?
No, they're like greenish.
Oh.
I'll have to ask him again, but he threw those in and all these peppers, spicy and regular peppers and corn. And he actually like air fried the chicken and then let the chicken sit in the soup. So it was like it was crispy, but it was like falling off the bone. The soup was incredible. And I love tortilla soup, but this was like next level. But it gave him horrible diarrhea.
Really?
I think he was like, just too many peppers. It wasn't even that spicy. It was just like pepper soup. He was like, if I do it again, he's like, I need to put more tomato in there and less peppers. It gave him like, he was shitting 6 times a day diarrhea. Which he already shits like twice a day, but this was like, he was like, oh my God, I'm really fucked up. And I'm like, it's your soup. But for me, it wasn't like really, really bad. It was just, I'd go to poop and I'd be sitting there and I'd get these sharp pains because I feel like the soup was inside my body and it was like, we have to leave now and abruptly. But it wouldn't be, it'd start off with like, oh, you just have to poop. And then I'd sit down and I'd be like, oh my God, my entire insides are like clearing out. And I tried it like on a Monday and then on a Wednesday, like, oh, maybe my body will be better. No. Like I wasn't eating it back to back. But yeah, so it's been a little bit intense.
Holidays do that to you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like it's just like the key moment of like from Thanksgiving to like right about now, a little past New Year's, a week out. And that's like the key prime moments for overeating.
Yep.
And just like overindulging. Because you're also, most people have off. You're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting mine.
Hanging out with my friends, eating too much food. So, today is January 9th. I have not had a cocktail since the 1st. I'm not doing a dry January. I was just like, I need to slow my roll. Yeah. Because I overdid it.
Oh, I've been with you. Like after it was a Saturday night. Yeah. I mean, Sunday I was like, I had a photo shoot. I was like, I felt useless. Oof. Just like, I mean, I wasn't like, it was weird. I wasn't hungover, but like, I was just like, just dried out. I don't know. I feel like a husk. Of myself. And like, I haven't, but I don't drink during the week that much. So when I drink on the weekend, it's just like, holy shit. I'm just like completely, if I have more than 3 drinks, it's not good. Yeah. So I feel you.
Yeah. So I just chilled it out for the past 9 days. On New Year's Eve, Gerald and I split 1 bottle of wine and 2 bottles of champagne. And the next day we were like, why did we do that to ourselves? Because we didn't go anywhere because we did go out to dinner, like an early dinner. And then we stayed home and like played games and watched TV. So, but the next day we were both like rough. We're like, we need to stop that. It's too much. So, but I have to say, my pooping has not been as good as I'd like it to be. Like today, I only pooped out like a small couple nuggets. It was kind of like a 1-2 on the Bristol stool. So I'm not happy with what I'm producing.
I mean, the year just started. You'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll right the ship.
I've been eating quality food, no drinking, lots of. Yesterday, I probably easily drank 80 ounces of water. Damn. So I should be shitting like a pro.
Yeah. It's probably maybe some leftover residual stuff from like the week before. Yeah. Just still trying to make its way out.
Yeah. Sucks. But tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah, tomorrow's a new day.
I will take a suppository and enema. I will make it happen. But after now that we have done our check-in, and as we teased you before, this is the year in rear view of 2022. And I would just like to say 2022 was the year of all the twos.
Yes, let's count the ways.
We had 2 Doms on, Scooter Pie and Majesty May, both talking about very different things that they do. Yes. But 2 dominatrix, Scooter talking about how much she's really loves fisting and eating people's buttholes out, and Majesty May, who could shit multiple times on people and has extreme control.
Yeah, she's like the queen of parlor tricks.
The queen of hard sports.
Yeah.
2 Doms. Then we had not 1, but 2 bisexual men's on. we had Wolf Hudson and Zachary Zane.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, it was so hard to find one bisexual man.
We had two.
And we had two.
One porn star, I might add. Let's throw that in there.
Yes, Wolf Hudson, very famous bisexual porn star, and Zachary Zane, who's insanely open about his bisexuality and men's health and all the writing that he does and new book that he has coming out. So, I mean, the fact that like a couple of years ago, people would be like, there's no such thing as a bisexual man. And we had two of them
two dose.
in 2022. I mean, so many twos. Our favorite
Lots
number.
of twos.
Then we also had two cancer fighters / survivors, JJ Singleton and
Flores.
Ela Flores. I was like, I'm going to pronounce her name. But they were on the same episode with Fight Colorectal Cancer for Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month in March last year. But they were, I mean, incredible stories, insane that JJ's still suffering and living with this.
The amount of stuff he's had to deal with is pretty crazy.
Oh, God
but yeah,
bless
we had both of them on the show at the same time, so we had a twofer on that one.
Yeah, we did have a twofer. Then in the past year, we also had, in 2022, two comedians, Julia Siegel and Mike Kyoto. Mike Katayo, sorry.
That's all right.
Both comedians were very funny. Julia was hilarious because she talked about kids' poops and all the different stuff she's doing on Instagram. And then Mike was... We still need to do more stuff with him.
Yeah, he is hilarious. Mike was really, really funny. Just like his whole... There was a lot of shit he had to... Like literally, he's going to deal with.
Yes.
Physically and just actual shit.
Yeah. He was shitting his pants all the time.
Yeah. The guy was hilarious.
He was also a bisexual man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now married to a woman who's identified as a woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a bisexual man as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, he was hilarious, really funny, and just like so many stories.
2022 is the year of the bisexual man. And then because we had such a crazy year, and sadly, I swear to God, to the audience out there, I try so hard all the time trying to book people for this show. I reach out to so many people.
She does.
I reached out. I recently finished listening on Audible this amazing book called Gulp by Mary Roach that somebody suggested to me. Fabulous book. Totally suggest it. All about everything that happens from when you eat food to when you poop it out. The second half of the book is literally all about the rectum and colon and shit. It was fantastic. And I emailed her publicist and they are not interested in coming on the show.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't get that at all. Maybe they're like, oh, they're too good for it or something.
I guess so. I mean, the book Gulp did come out like 10 years ago, so maybe it's just not.
She's moved on.
Yeah, she's moved on from butt talk.
Yeah.
But I also have been trying my hardest to get a hold of Scat Book in the Europe that Brittany Andrews.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany Andrews of episode 166 in the past year introduced it. I have been pushing them so hard. The guy who runs is like, my English is terrible. I would be terrible on a podcast, but he has some ambassadors.
Oh.
And I've been trying to reach out to them and I have not heard back of 3 different women who shoot porn, which I did not share this with you, Dave, and you're welcome. But they tagged us in one of their porns on Twitter where they literally love getting fucked in the ass while they're shitting.
Oh, God.
And this was on our Twitter. We were like mentioned in their tweet. We didn't retweet it. It was just a little, but it kept popping up and I literally had to block it. Because it was in our mentions, and I was just like, "This is too intense."
Yeah. You're
me.
like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot about poop and buttholes that I love celebrating on this show, but watching a close up of a butthole,
oh my God,
getting fucked by a dick while poop is coming out,
that makes me like never want to have sex. If I saw that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
like
and that probably is why I was so turned off from sex for a little bit. Because that kept popping up in the feed.
Yeah, I mean doesn't get my juices going. Let's put it that way.
I'm not yucking anybody else's yum.
I am.
But yes, I'm still I'm dying to get a scat book person on the show. Thank you, Brittany Andrews from 166. I can even reach out to Brittany Andrews and see if she did her colonic.
Oh yeah, maybe she
she went on scat book. Yeah, because I absolutely love Brittany Andrews. But yes, and going back to the year of 2022 and the year of the twos, our favorite number, we had not just one but 2 times 2, 4 episodes of just the two of us, the dynamic Poo-O.
We did a lot.
We had episode 153, the Brown Hour, which the Brown Hour got us to go viral on TikTok. And thanks to the Brown Hour, we also met Simon from Seabin Podcast in episode 173.
Yeah, he's on mine.
Yeah.
On my list.
And so I just want to say our Brown Hour, which upset more people than they enjoyed it, did bring us a new friend. We also had just the dynamic Poo-O episode 167, our Amazon reviews.
Oh, that was a good one. That was really funny. The reviews were great.
Really, really funny and fun, where we reviewed the gummy bears and those like protein cookies that were everything
awful.
It was making people fart and shit too much. Episode 175, when we came back from being off for a couple weeks, we called it Ellen's Sloppy Check-In.
Yes.
Which was just like a very long episode of Dave and I checking in, and I was talking about Sloppy, who then ended up becoming a fabulous guest. And in episode 183, Sloppy Chulo. And then episode 179, our vacation check-in. Where you checked in with your epic Indonesia trip.
Yes.
Which could have been its own episode on its own, but then I threw in a little bit of my Vegas trip.
Yeah, the vacation episode.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was a good one. That's giving me flashbacks now of like the squatting toilets.
Yeah. But we had to throw in 4 episodes in the past year and a lot of reruns. Sorry to those diehard fans out there, like Ames, who's also a guest in 2022, who was fantastic. But we have had a kind of rough year, 1. We had a busy year, 2. And 3, I literally swear to God, I reach out to so many people to try to get them on the show. And I think post-pandemic, it's just a lot easier said than done.
I think a lot of people have good intentions, but they just get caught up in their own shit. I mean, life happens, things happen. But yeah, I agree. I think post-pandemic life, a lot of people just want to get out there and do things.
Yeah, it's hard to get
particularly
them.
Not a podcast, apparently.
Yeah.
But it'll happen.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm throwing this out to our audience. If you know anybody who wants to be on the show, do you want to email us some stories? heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. We love all and every submission.
Yes.
So also in 2022, we became award-winning cartoons, especially with Hump Festival. We loved Hump Festival, and thank you so much. We won funniest cartoon in the festival. We toured in over 30 cities. It was a lot of fun to be a part of
exposure.
Hump. Yeah, but go to heypoopypodcast.com, go to our videos tab. You can see all the awards and festivals that we're in. And now officially all of our cartoons are there on the website.
You can check them out.
Yes.
They're hilarious, really funny, and show to you and your friends, family.
Yes. Even. Drawn by the fabulous Matthew Holtzclaw with 10 of our favorite episodes from the beginning of the conception of the show.
There's some gems in there.
Yeah.
Actually, and also those cartoons won Best Animated feature in the Coney Island Film Festival.
Yes.
Not in 2022, but
yes.
Was it in 20? No, it wasn't in 2022.
I think it was at the very end of 21.
Right? Yeah, so close, but still.
I mean, we were in Nighthawk Film Festival in 2022.
So we those cartoons got around.
Yeah, we were in I think 7 film festivals between 21 and 22. So
those things got around. If you haven't seen them again, check out heypoopypodcast.com.
Now that TikTok has longer, you don't have to stay under a minute. That I'm just gonna throw them all up on there.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
they're hilarious. Even if you don't even if you're not a fan of poop or shit, they're great to watch. Really funny stories, and everyone can relate.
But because we were in film festivals, we had to pause on having them on our website because you can't play them for free other places when they're trying to win awards.
Exactly. And a lot of festivals do have sort of disclaimers, and you can't really show it until the festivals are over. So we get that.
Yeah.
So it was a little while. You couldn't see them, but now you can. They're back. They're available pretty much everywhere. Check it out. You won't be disappointed.
HeyPoopyPodcast.com.
Yes, and you'll see all the greatness Matthew created.
Yes. Do you want to go into some of your lists and I
Yeah.
can jump back? I have some more
Yeah.
for my list.
I'll just jump around. I'm not going to go in order, but since we just mentioned his name, Simon Walker, episode 173 was one of my favorite episodes. Ellen and I both did his podcast, the C-Bin podcast, which is a great show. I recommend you check it out. Simon is an awesome gentleman, lad from England.
Yes.
Really funny dude. Super talented, actually. Besides being a podcast host, he's like a guitarist in like 3 or 4 bands.
Yeah.
All the bits. So if you're like really extreme, heavy, kind of punk, almost metal-y, it's like you're going to love Simon. He's like the best.
And he had like, not IBS, but like, not Crohn's.
He had some kind of similar in that family.
Yeah. So
He is,
he
like-
had a lot of shit.
Yeah, it was Crohn's, I think. I think it was Crohn's or something kind of close to it.
Crohn's.
Yeah, so he had a lot of like just, you know, that intestinal sort of like discomfort when it comes to like food and things, but really funny dude. And this was one of my favorite clips that we played from the show.
So I probably had like 4 liters of sparkling water, and then went on stage and played. And I had the bubble in my gut because I was full of, you know.
Yes.
So I rolled the dice on a fart and I got snake eyes.
So what happened? What did you do?
It is in the middle of the song. I put my guitar down and I ran to the toilet and I cleaned up. It took me a few minutes because, you know, we probably played a few songs while I was gone. And I ran back just in time to play a guitar solo in a song and pick up where I was at left off.
Wow, that's professional.
That's like rock star level right there.
Yeah.
Yes, I felt incredibly fragile, exposed, embarrassed, but then also cool in the space of like 5 minutes. It was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yes. Simon was really funny.
Very good.
I thought that was such a great thing. I mean, imagine like you're rocking out on stage, you had to leave, take a shit, but he came back into the solo. That's kind of amazing.
Brilliant.
The one thing I just realized, I forgot, we didn't ask him. I mean, was he able to wash his hands? I mean, she must have.
Yeah. He said cleaned up.
Yeah, cleaned up. Yeah,
I
there's
think
no
that
way
means
he's going,
a lot of cleaning.
He's like, oh shit, I don't have time to wash my hands. It's all over my guitar.
oh,
No, he was fantastic though. A really funny show. Check out that episode. Like I said, 173.
yes.
You won't be disappointed. And check out the C-Bin podcast. It's
Yes,
really
because
fun.
we were guests on his podcast,
I don't
which
know
was
what number-
awesome.
I don't know what number we were on, but it was. You could just probably Google it. And
Yeah,
find it.
yeah.
But it's really funny.
I loved being on his
Yeah,
podcast.
a really fun show.
Yeah.
I'll throw another one. Okay, so Ellen's friend, toy maker to the stars, I guess. He's like a celebrity around New York or in the world, pretty much. The fabulous Sucklord.
Mr. Floppy Butthole
Yeah,
himself.
Floppy Butthole. Episode 150 was probably one of my favorite like episodes of all time. You know, it's up there.
Didn't we, like start 2022 with that episode?
Yeah, it was like
it was like shot out of the cannon.
That was episode number 2 of 2022. So that one was like, I mean, from the jump, he was just like all over the place, and he had funny stuff like this to say.
I'm such a creature of habit and ritual. And like when I was really, really deep into my like sort of morning shit routine, it's like I had to have the coffee. It's like I refused to sit down until the coffee's ready. So sometimes I wake up and I have to go immediately. And I'm like sitting there boiling the water for the coffee. I use like a French press, you know, so I'm just like standing there and I'm like standing there naked, hopping from one foot to the other, trying to keep the shit in there. When all I could do is just go in the bathroom and pinch the loaf. But it's like, no, the coffee has to be there, you know, and there's no flexibility here. And then just sometimes like it was taking so long for the water to boil, and then I lost control and just bloop. And then there's like fucking cow flop on the ground. It was just like, thank God it's just a rolling floor and I can clean it up. But it's just like I'm such an asshole and I'm so rigid in my thinking and habits that I put myself in a position of shitting on the floor rather than break my ritual.
I mean, yeah. You have to listen to the episode. If you listen to one episode we've produced, listen to that one. It's like
I mean, I was just talking to my good friend April Flores, because I'm trying to talk her into coming onto the show, and she's one of the most fantastic she calls herself fat porn stars, and she's good friends with Sucklord, and she said that was the very first episode of our show that she listened to, and it was too much for her.
Yeah, she'll come around.
And I was like, yeah, but this is Sucklord. He literally, I can't. There's people in my life that I can be like, oh yeah, this person reminds me of so and so. Nobody reminds me of Sucklord.
Oh, yeah, he's an original.
Yeah, nobody.
Like-
He is his own
Yeah,
person.
completely original. Definitely like he's like a true New Yorker too.
Oh my God, 100%.
And just complete mold breaker. This guy, like, there's no one like him.
Yeah, he's completely uncensored. The stuff that he talked about on the show was just like banger after banger.
Yeah, really funny.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, check that episode out. You won't be disappointed. I mean, your friend, it wasn't her cup of tea, but everybody else out there, I'm telling you right now, it's one of the best ones we've done. So
It was a really good one. He even introduced me to that great portable bidet that I bought for Gerald, and Gerald loves it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See? It's the guest that keeps on giving.
Yes. Besides our very, very first episode of 2022 was Tracy from B Vibes.
Yes, she was on my list too.
Episode 149. God bless this woman and B Vibes.
Yeah, they make cool like sex toys. A lot of
Just for the
butt-centric-
butthole.
Yeah, for the butt. Just for the butt. So you can get all kinds of crazy stuff from them. But her stories were like, I've never met someone so enthusiastic about getting plowed in the ass.
Their Instagram is also fantastic. It's somebody else, not her, that is their spokesperson, and the person is just like they love their butthole too.
Yeah, they celebrate it all.
And two things about that. One, Tracy sent us some that we got to try.
Yeah.
I now own 2 B Vibe butt plugs that I absolutely adore. But on top of it, B Vibes was a sponsor to our Valentine's Day
Oh,
Know
yeah.
Your Booze Poo.
That's true. I forgot about that.
That
Yes.
was a fabulous episode 154, where we had 2 couples on that literally answered questions, kind of like the Newlyweds game, about poop and farts, and
Yeah.
they won fabulous prizes.
And the B Vibes one of them.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a pretty awesome gift. The prize
They were happy.
The prize package was pretty nice, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like it was I mean, just in general, set aside if you're like whatever, you don't want to listen to the show, but those prizes were fucking amazing.
They got toilet paper and butt, like a
Yeah.
really fancy, fun butt toys.
Yeah, and not just shitty toilet paper. They got the fucking awesome bamboo.
Yeah.
from Bumbu.
But Bumbu now, I got an email.
Yeah,
is
me too.
no longer.
I was just gonna ask you that in the show today. I
Yeah.
saw that too. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
I know.
Like I like their product, but you know, if you missed it, you missed it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but they had a really great bamboo TP.
Yeah, they did.
But if you want, I can play. Tracy
Yes.
felt it was Oxy on mine. I can play a little clip from
Yes.
that episode as well. Here we go.
Like I love farting personally. That's my thing. You know, some people belch and then other people fart, right? But I don't mind farting. Like, especially if I just did butt sex and like my partner like came in my asshole, like, pushing out like the cum is like, it feels amazing. Or even if you had like
So good.
or even if you have butt sex in general and then you have to like your poop right after that butt sex, like that feels really, really good. Like, so if I could still do that and fart and still have orgasms, oh yeah, absolutely. I would.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got one for farting.
I want to be wide cheeked open. Yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna mail you some stewed cabbage. My God,
Yeah, she was awesome. She was so much fun.
so much fun.
And we had a great time with her. And check out B Vibes products.
Oh my
They
God.
have their just their research and development alone is worth buying their stuff because they test everything, like to the point like I mean it's exhaustive.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
You'll enjoy.
I did love her so much and her products, and I'm still enjoying them to this day.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm going to go into in the 4 years we've been doing this show, I think I've only been starstruck once, and it was by episode 157, Mr. Toilet.
Oh yeah, he's on my list as well.
Yeah.
He was
I mean-
great. Jack Sims.
We were first introduced to this man by the documentary Mr. Toilet.
Oh, what was her name? Oh my God.
She was in 2021, but the director of it
Yeah.
came on, and we're spacing her name. She was fantastic. Fantastic documentary, a must see. and all about trying to bring more toilets to people that don't have them, because there's like 2 billion people in the world that don't have working toilets.
It's insane.
The number doesn't even make sense. But when he came on, I literally, for me, when it comes to butt poop celebrity, he's number one.
Yeah, he's the guru. The guy like was a successful businessman and then just dedicated his life to bringing toilets to like these impoverished areas that don't have running toilets. It's remarkable. Like that's like his life's goal. That's what he's been doing.
And he like started an international holiday.
Yeah. He started basically an organization by himself.
Yeah.
And then turned it into an actual national holiday. International, sorry. Was voted on by like the United Nations, I believe.
Yes.
So it's like this guy is like the real deal. And I was definitely starstruck. And on top of all that, he's got to be what, in his 70s maybe?
Gotta be.
And like you would have thought this guy has energy of like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
His whole philosophy, his whole outlook on life is just like remarkable. And everybody can learn from it. So episode 157 with Jack Sims.
Do you have a clip of
I
him?
do have a clip of that right here.
And then ever since the subject has grown very large, and 13 years later, our founding day, 19th of November, became adopted by the United Nations, all 193 countries. They call our founding day the UN World Toilet Day.
Yeah.
World Toilet Day, by telling stories over 13 years. And I think it is a very, very gratifying journey to be able to take a subject that is neglected and then put it on the world stage by telling story through the media, just like what we're doing now, and then to get officialdom. In the beginning, people thought I was just a clown, right? They thought this guy is just trying to get famous or something like that, or notoriety. But there's a purpose.
So yeah, that just fades out, by the way. But Jack was amazing. And like you said, people thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And this guy is like pretty much an authority on what needs to get done.
But people think we're a joke too with this podcast. And then they start listening and they go, wait, it's actually really funny and educational and informative. And wow.
Find that little tips.
Yeah.
So
stop being scared of poop, people. Tune in some more.
Yeah. And listen to episode 157. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. With my personal hero.
Yes.
Mr. Toilet.
Yes. Mr. Jack Sims. And go actually watch the documentary. It's fantastic. Mr. Toilet.
Yes.
So I'll bounce back with one that's actually kind of like close to home, but episode 161, we mentioned it in the beginning of the show, but we interviewed two colorectal cancer survivors, JJ Singleton and Ela Flores, and they're part of Fight CRC, colorectal cancer, which is, I believe, is part of the whole colorectal cancer alliance. Mm-hmm. So anyhow, we interviewed them both on the show. They told us their stories, like, what they're dealing with. JJ, I mean, it's incredible. This guy even like has the time to volunteer, because the amount of stuff this man has to deal with on a daily basis would kill most people. This guy is like still out there just fighting the fight. My friend of mine,
he has like a rare colon cancer that is just going to afflict him for the rest of his life.
And it's just like basically keeping it at bay.
Wow.
But until then, he's still out there like talking about it, helping people, which is pretty admirable. And a friend of mine I put in touch with, I don't know if they've talked or anything yet, but she was recently diagnosed with colorectal cancer, stage 4. And while she was on vacation, and so that I just gave her a bunch of information, and I told her about the show. I don't think she had listened, but her husband has. So she's plowing through a bunch of episodes I gave her on this specific subject, because unfortunately we've had to deal with that on the show with colorectal cancer and people like that have come on and talked about it.
Yes, unfortunately, but at the same time, it's a subject that everybody should talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You recently had a colonoscopy. I am officially going to be 40. Oh my God, I almost said 25. 45 this year, so I'm going to get mine. Dr. Carmen Fong introduced us to Fight CRC, and Dr. Carmen Fong's going to do my colonoscopy this year. But yes, if you're 45 and over, please talk to your doctor. And if you are younger than 45 and you have colorectal cancer in your family, please also talk to your doctor.
Yeah. Just just fold it into your daily health routine as far as like that stuff goes, because next thing you know, you might look, no one wants to get cancer. No one, obviously it sucks. Millions of people deal with it every year, and it's unfortunate. But
Dr. Cameron Fong even said that she got into being a butt doctor for this very reason. It's one of the easiest cancers to detect and find and stop prematurely because colonoscopies. So that the only sad part is getting your insurance companies to okay it. And when you're under 45, like your friend who's 44, it's awful.
It's just, so she knows. If you saw her, she's like a CrossFit coach. Like you would never, not that anybody can get it, but it's one of those things where when you don't think about that kind of stuff. You're like, oh, my stomach hurts here and there, and then next thing you know, it's like it's not. I'm not going to say too late, but it's like your symptoms become like so intense that you have to deal with it, and you're like, what? So I think it's one of those things. Like even it should be a lot younger, the colonoscopy.
Especially if you have the gene.
Oh yeah, totally. So, I mean, for someone who doesn't even know they had it in their family, it's scary. So, Jess is dealing with a lot of stuff right now, but hopefully she's really strong. So, I think like she's going to get past this all. And now she's got a lot of help and a lot of research and a lot of friends, a lot of like resources. So, I think she'll come out on the other end of this and be actually probably an advocate and a spokesperson for this. Yeah. So,
but this is part of our Hey Poopy podcast. We talk about poop, pleasure, and health. This is the health section.
Yes.
So,
and
it's important for us to keep talking about it.
Completely. And episode 161. Check that out. And you can go to
Heroes.
Yes. You can go to fightcrc, I think, .org.
It's on our main page.
Yeah, you can see all the links.
HeyPoopyPodcast.com.
Yeah. So for more information, check all that stuff out.
Yeah.
Another one, well, you mentioned it as well, was Brittany Andrews.
God bless
episode 166. She was like all bad, just shot out of a cannon in that episode. Like she just seemed like she was like hopped up on sugar. I don't even know what she was like, just crazy, but like in the best possible way. Just her whole life, her whole experience, what she does now, and it's pretty intense.
She talked about everything from the pleasure of anal to the fact that she had butt implants, to the fact that she was getting a colonoscopy soon, and she was asking us about prep stuff.
She's mentioned how she doesn't eat for like candy and cake, I think.
Yeah, because she's a skinny bitch.
Yeah, she fucked a guy with one of those fluorescent tube lights.
Yeah, she used to like peg other people with other objects.
Yeah,
and then
crazy.
She got fucked in the ass a bunch by even a guy that even other people in porn was like, you're letting that guy's penis go inside you? I forgot what the porn star's name was, but he supposedly had a donkey.
Not Dongzilla, Dong. It was something like that. It was something like that. It was huge. And so she was like total pro.
Yeah. On so many levels.
Yeah, but she had a really funny or not funny, but an interesting technique in pegging. So check this one out.
One of my favorite, like Brittany Andrews trademark moves is to put the guy on his back, right? Because quite often we all think doggy style, put him on their knees, right? And that's it's a good position, but it's not the final position. The final position, I always feel the guy should be on his back, and then you've got your penis like that, right? And then you've got your hand jerking off the penis, and I got big kind of saggy titties. I can actually even put the cock in between my tits while I'm fucking. And then you can see the guy have a penile and prostate orgasm both at the same time, which is absolute euphoria.
That's like a magic trick.
That is like a magic trick. Addicted to you after that. They're like, I love you, Brittany Andrews. So if you want people addicted to you, learn that trick, honey.
Her laugh.
I love her.
Yeah, she was great.
Oh my God. What a rock star. I forgot she's also like literally the queen of pegging. Like she didn't invent pegging, but she was the first person to put it in porn.
Yeah, she took it to the next level.
Oh, God bless. When she in this episode, she basically describes how because she's been in porn since the 90s, that like she was taking pegging videos to producers and they were like, nobody wants to watch this, which we all now know everybody wants to watch it.
It's popular.
Yeah.
And she's one of the people that made it popular.
Pioneer.
Yeah, she's a pioneer.
A pegging pioneer. God bless that woman.
Yes. God bless Brittany Andrews. 166.
Yes. What a year we have. This year in rear view.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
I have to talk about one of our favorite guests of all time who's now been on the podcast, not once, but twice, who came back for a follow-up.
I know this is
Elliot Rose.
Yes.
The boy who was born without a butthole. He came on the show because we introduced him to the fabulous Dr. Carmen Fong, who introduced him to Exonics, who was on the show in 2021. And he got one of these pacemakers put in.
Yeah. I mean, he talked about like, what it's like, how it's definitely, I believe he said like it didn't change his life exactly how he thought, but it's made it definitely better.
Well, he was helping him also deal with the PP problem that he has because of his testicular cancer. This poor boy has been
multitude of
through
problems.
It all, but it did help the pooping.
Yeah. I mean, the Exonics thing did work, and I love the fact that we got someone actually on the show to use it, which is fantastic.
We are doing God's work this show. I swear to God. Like, we have introduced so many people to so many other people who are like, we're building bridges, we're connecting, we're helping people with their poop and their buttholes.
It's just such a great thing. Like, one thing begat the next, which got, and then we introduced, again, all the introductions led to him actually getting a bionic butthole.
Yes.
So kudos to us.
Yes.
And Exonics, which I actually invested in a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I haven't checked that stock.
So yeah, Elliot Rose, who's I still love, and I need to meet him in person.
I got him to that bar. I keep forgetting that.
I think he works at a different bar now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure it out.
I need to reach out to him.
Yeah.
I've just been bad at like actually going out.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'm not that
it's the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
And also, it's the winter time.
Yeah.
I barely want to go out and do anything.
Yes.
But yeah, Elliot, he was great. Again, he had him on twice. Really funny dude.
He was one of my favorite guests in 2021 and then followed up in 2022.
Yeah.
God bless.
I just felt like all these things kind of came together.
Yeah.
And all these episodes came together in one episode. It's like, it's just fantastic.
Bridging. We're bridging the gaps
Yes.
of people's lives.
And buttholes.
And buttholes. We also last year not only had a film director on, an author on, but also an inventing the Portland Loo.
Oh yes, Portland Loo is great.
We need those here in this city.
Desperately.
Yeah.
We need those things like on every fucking corner. Would be great.
Yes. Portland Loo, which was episode 171. Wonderful invention that actually makes sense as a public bathroom. It's a one step up for a porta potty, but also many levels down from like a toilet. It's just a better running system.
It's a fully realized public toilet for any municipality. You can just basically go in there, do your business. It's one person. They make it impossible for junkies to use because they can't shoot up in there
because of the blue light.
The way that it's set up, the way it's designed, it's easy to clean. And I believe there's only one working electric part in it or something like that. There's some part of it that's really, the installation is pretty easy. I think there's something in it's like you just tap into like a line.
Yeah, you just tap into the
really,
water
really
and sewer
simple.
line.
Yeah, so there's like very minimal electric power going to it. I believe like it's pretty much impervious to any kind of destruction. The way that it's designed, you can't really hang out in this thing. So it really makes sense.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that in New York.
Yes.
Because we desperately need it here.
Yes, completely. We have a huge public bathroom shortage here.
So they pretty much figured out all the issues with public toilets and like just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. It was an awesome episode, 171. And when I go back to film director and author, we had film director Troy Hal on.
Oh, yeah.
Who is episode 178. He did the movie Shit Saves the World, which was very in the same realm as Mr. Toilet.
Great. I mean, the title does a disclaimer, I feel like, to the, because like at first you're like, oh, it's gonna make a goofy movie. The movie was great.
It was really good.
It was really about, again, like what we're dealing with as far as the world, as far as who has access to like public waterworks, public toilets, flushing toilets. And they use humor a lot to get into the tough subjects. But the film was fantastic. I believe you can get it on Amazon, a bunch of places you can find it, probably find it on maybe not Netflix, but you can pretty much find it anywhere.
Yeah, check out Shit Saves the World.
And he also did
Troy
Fart.
Howe. Oh,
which,
yeah.
We gotta watch that. Yeah, we gotta watch that one.
Maybe we need to do like a movies, which like I kind of wanted to talk about this in the check-in, but I forgot about it. When it comes to movies of 2022, if anybody's seen the movie Triangle of Sadness, talk about a shit show. Dave needs to watch this.
I'll watch it. I'm gonna have to watch that one.
It gets worse. I'm actually surprised how graphic that movie is.
Okay. All
yeah.
right. I can't wait to watch it. So
it's fabulous.
All right. We should do a movie episode again, but maybe like focusing specifically on
newer movies,
like crazy like shit stuff in films.
Oh my God. This was intense.
Yeah. All right.
It was great. My partner Gerald did not like the movie. I loved it.
Okay.
It was like if you liked White Lotus.
I never saw White Lotus, but I'll check it out.
It's just, I feel like there's more movies coming out about hating the uber rich.
Yeah.
And White Lotus is a TV show about hating the uber rich. That movie Menu is about hating the uber rich. And A Triangle of Sadness is about hating the uber rich.
Okay.
And I love it.
All right.
More of this, please.
All right.
The Glass Onion is a perfect example of a movie of hating the uber rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. We'll check it out.
And our author, Lena Zeldovich of The Other Dark Matter in episode 172. I mean, how prolific is this show that we have directors, inventors, authors, people who have made international holidays all in this past year, 2022. I mean, we're just knocking it out of the park. We didn't have as many brand new episodes, but each and every single one of them was top quality.
Yeah, they all had their own sort of niche, and that one was great. I forgot about her. The Dark Matter. It's a great book. Again, dealing with where our shit comes from, what we can actually do with it,
how to make money from our shit.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
And she grew up with like a father that actually took, I guess, human manure and then used it for crops and all kinds of stuff. So it can be done. And you're basically just we're flushing dollars away, as they say. Same with urine too.
Yep.
If we can figure out a way to harvest all that stuff, I feel like there'd be a lot less issues with farming. I mean, people could do their own too, but that's for another episode. But check out that episode with Miss what's her name again?
Lena Zeldovich.
Thank you. I'm like, check this awesome episode. What's her name again?
Really great episode, and I just blown away. But one thing that we haven't talked about yet, which I don't think we have anything lined up for this year, our 4-year anniversary, but for our 3-year anniversary, my co-host over here got his butthole bleached.
I did. That was really funny. I gotta say, that was one of my sort of like not secondary picks, like my honorary mentions.
Oh.
And Chris Bustamante from the amazing Bespoke Surgical, where we did the whole actual lightning. It was a really funny experience. I mean, I will say my underwear was like kind of a mess when I got home, but it just felt like weird oatmeal paste, not a poopy mess, like from the oatmeal pasty thing. And he did preface by saying, obviously we're doing this for a bit for the show. So he's like, you're not really going to see anything happen. But I mean, I could definitely feel it. There was and I had it on pretty much the whole time.
And how often has another man touched your butthole?
I mean, besides a doctor, probably like 3 times.
And the guy who waxed you that one time?
Yeah. Probably like 3 or 4 times, which I guess is a lot. I mean, I guess for most straight men, I don't know, maybe I don't know how much touch my asshole, but I would say most of that's on the medical side. 1 for cosmetic, or 2 for cosmetic, and 1 for the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah,
that was an awesome episode. I was thoroughly entertained by every second of it.
I gotta say, I remember being really cold because there was a fan just on my asshole. Just blowing in there, drying it up. And it just felt like a weird oatmeal-y paste stuck in my butt.
Or like peanut butter, he said.
Peanut butter, yeah. It was kind of like a weird, it was almost like a natural peanut butter, cashew butter type of situation.
But not chunky.
Not chunky. It was
smooth.
It was grainy. Let's put that. It wasn't like a Jif. It was more like the natural kind you find on the shelf.
Lord.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Oh,
so, yeah.
my goodness.
But my underwear did get stained.
Oh.
He did. I was like, oh.
Did it bleach it?
A touch.
Oh.
It wasn't like my guess is it probably wouldn't be as bad as like some other really toxic shit you can buy out there.
Yes.
But there was a little bit of, I think mainly it was just from the coloration of the actual proprietary stuff he used for that.
It's like when I used to, when I had worse acne problem in my 20s, and I used Proactive, and then realized like all these things in my life was getting bleached from the Proactive.
Oh shit! Yeah, this is okay. Not bleach is the wrong word. I would say like stained.
Oh, okay.
So if you got like food or something like that, this kind of like left like a residue. But I was like, whatever. But it was
it's where your butthole is.
That's
so
where your butthole is.
Thank God you do your own laundry.
Yes. Well, my wife does too, but she wasn't like, "What the fuck's up with?" I mean, she knew about that. Yeah.
Because she look at your butthole afterwards.
Yes.
To check
she's like,
the coloration.
She checked before and after, and she said, "I see no difference." She was not thrilled with that assignment.
Yeah, but she wants to peg you. She's got to start somewhere.
Oh my God. Well, we'll see about that. Yeah, she's got to start somewhere. She's like, I'm not looking at it like this. I'm just going to jam something in there. I'm like, see, that's the problem.
Yes.
Right there. Even if I wanted you to do that, you're already like way too eager about this.
Yes. You got to love it first by looking at it and romancing it.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't have a dick. So you don't know the thrust game. You don't know anything about that yet.
You're not Brittany Andrews.
Yeah, you're not Brittany Andrews. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Well, I had a friend on the show, and he is the owner of the word poop.
Yes.
Mr. David Bowles, episode 158. Really funny.
Trademarked poop on all apparel.
Was it apparel and merchandise, or was apparel?
Maybe.
Apparel? Yeah, David is really funny. Like,
I was mad that all of a sudden I realized we owe him money.
Yeah, we do.
I think a lot of people do.
I mean, a lot of people do. I'll take a lot of people to court. But he was really funny, and when he told me that, I was like, "What?" I'm like, "You have to be on the show," and he was great, really forthcoming. And the actor Paul Scheer was wearing one of her shirts on, what was that show on VH1 again? Best Week Ever.
Oh yeah.
If you remember that show, check it out, because Paul. I guess they did say that VH1 made a policy where you couldn't wear any kind of apparel with logos on it. I think because of that. So
because it was trademarked.
It was trademarked, but you can hear it.
Crazy.
You can hear it from the man himself, the owner of the word poop.
I trademarked the word poop, all apparel. So I started silk screening poop shirts, but then I got booked on this hidden camera show. The way it was set up is that everyone eventually was going to be on the show. Like any cast and crew, there's no off limits. So production crew you could be in the background or whatever. So I was like, oh, this would be my own little Easter egg. I'll just wear the poop shirt on shoot days in the background and just see if it makes it in there. And we pulled off the first episode that was pure insanity. And one of the EPs, a very superstitious guy, he goes, "You have to wear that shirt on every shoot." And then other cast and crew members wanted the shirt, so they picked them up. And Paul Scheer was one of the writers at that point. He thought it was funny. I ended up on another show in Atlanta, and then I got like frantic text messages from my brother and a bunch of other people screaming that Paul Scheer was wearing my poop shirt on Best Week Ever.
Amazing.
I love it. Yeah, we still haven't got our poop shirts, David.
I know.
I gotta reach
He
out
had
to
to go
him.
into his storage unit to find them.
Yeah, so we have to get those. He was traveling a bunch.
Yes.
But still, I want those poop shirts.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but episode 158, check it out.
And talking about poop, we had one of our fabulous advertisers, which you can use promo code HeyPoopy to get some percentage off, of Shark Kit on last year.
Shark Kit.
Shark Kit. And I've even talked about it recently, and somebody was like, "Wow, that's such a great idea. What a great gift idea. What a great stocking stuffer." And I was like, it kind of is an amazing idea. Shark Kit, I think the guy was named Mike. I forgot to write it down. Episode 163 also had one of the funniest poops, his own pants story.
Yeah, that guy, there was so many layers, but he had a couple like really good ones in there.
Yeah. But the one where he almost fell off a mountain and scared the shit out of himself. And he shit his own pants.
Yeah. A little rock turd came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, as anyone would, if you think about in the face of death, you're probably gonna have a little brown in your underwear.
Yes.
So I don't forsake them.
Yeah, but like when you hear the quote, "It scared the shit out of me," it literally happened to him.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. His story about putting his hand or stepping in his friend's shit. Yeah. Oh God. But that Shark Kit thing, like, admittedly, at first you're like, "What is this some stupid, goofy dad joke like thing?" But honestly, it's kind of a genius thing. You get like a fresh pair of underwear, a sock. It comes with the sock. It's wrapped in a sock. You get some Imodium pills, I believe.
Yeah.
Butt wipes.
Yep.
All kinds of stuff.
Clean up wipes.
Yeah. I mean,
everything.
it's kind of genius. So if you got a car, excuse me, like a locker or work or something like that, just throw that in there and like you're good to go.
Yeah, the only suggestion I had for him is maybe throw in some kind of cutting device because we've known people who had to cut their underwear off themselves.
True. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I could have used it when I shit my pants.
Yeah, because we had him on after you.
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
your
I was like,
pants.
where were you, dude? A week ago.
This is why you need a Merce.
Yeah. I did again when I went to Indonesia. I had a whole setup with me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no way I'm going out into the wild.
And it probably saved you on numerous occasions.
Having the wipes, the butt wipes, I'm telling you. And again, you can buy like the single serve ones, like so you don't have to bring around a giant like bag of it. You can get little individual wrap ones. Take 3 or 4 with you. You'll be good to go, and you'll thank yourself later because.
I'm currently listening on Audible to this really incredible book called The Invisible Storm by Jason Kander, he's a politician. He used to be he was fighting in the war in Afghanistan back in like early 2000s. But the thing that was bringing up the book is he talked about like how he had to infiltrate a lot of Afghani people and talk about the Taliban. And so he was hanging out with a lot of these people, making friends with them. And he would have to go to the bathroom in these squat toilets. And he said he'd walk in and there'd be shit stains all up and down the walls. And he's like, these are countries where they don't have toilet paper.
Yeah, you use your hand.
You use your hand. And he said that he couldn't believe that he was shaking the hands of an individual and eating food with this individual that he knew their left hand was used for wiping their own butt. But he would carry toilet paper around with him because he was like, I'm too Western for this.
In one of the books I was reading before I went on our big epic trip to Indonesia, it's considered really rude if you go to so you're doing like exchange of goods and services and then you say I buy something from you, you give me a bag and I reach with my right hand to pick it up. That's actually considered really like bad behavior. Because again, you're using your left hand is for wiping, so you always use your right hand to either give money back.
You said use your right hand to grab a bag.
I meant left hand.
Left hand, yeah.
Left hand, sorry. I'm saying left hand as I'm using my right hand.
Yeah.
Yes, I meant to say left hand. So like any kind of thing like that, it's considered like really rude.
Yeah, because that's your poo-poo hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably less. It's probably less forgiving for like
tourists.
It's more forgiving for tourists.
Yeah,
but still, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
and a couple places I ran into where it was like a well of water with a little big like not a little big like a weird like paddly like ladle thing that like. But honestly, some of the places you couldn't get the ladle because it's so. The toilet's so close to the wall when you're squatting, you can't get it's like almost like to put it on your back.
Yeah.
So I mean, again,
like a waterfall.
Bring wipes with you.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Well, I mean, this book that it's mostly The Invisible Storm is mostly about PTSD, and that's why I was interested in listening to it on Audible. And I didn't think that a poop thing would be tied into it.
Yeah.
But the way he described the squat toilet and shit being in the wall, I knew it was because these squat toilets are so small from your trip.
Yeah.
I was like, why are shit on the wall? Like, what are these people doing? And it's mostly because they're so small. It's such a tight area and you still have to use your hand to clean up.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
If you're not used to it, it could be really traumatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you got to go. So eventually you're just going to have to use one.
Yep.
If you're in that situation.
Yep. But be prepared. Have some wipes or some TP on you if you're a Westerner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 3 left.
Oh.
But I'm going to go with Mr. Wolf Hudson, who we mentioned at the top of the show.
Yes.
This guy.
One of our many bisexuals.
Yeah. He was amazing. Oh my God. This guy had story after story. But one of my favorite stories and tips. I mean, this dude's like lived the life. I mean, he's a porn star, obviously, so he's got some crazy stories to begin with. But like this one in particular, I really loved. And again, episode 160 of Wolf Hudson, and you'll hear stuff like this.
So there was a gay performer who was new to the industry, and he was booked to do a gay gangbang.
Ooh.
And so the production manager had asked him, hey, so did you clean out? And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, did you like go to the bathroom and clean out? I was like, no, how do you do that? So literally they had to like guide him on how to do an enema. So they leave him to his own devices, comes back out. Are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm perfect. Goes and does this scene and has a full-on train of guys just plowing his asshole. And apparently this young man did not release the enema water. So the last guy to put it up his ass, when he pulled out that cock, it was literally a shit-orama. Every performer, the director, the videographer, everyone was shut on.
Oh my God.
One of the stories that it could be an urban legend because we heard another version of it.
I was going to say.
We need to do a deep dive and who and where did this happen?
Yeah.
But Wolf was fabulous.
Wolf was great. I mean, Jesus Christ. If you want to know more about him, just look up Wolf Hudson.
Yeah.
And you'll see like his whole repertoire.
Yeah. He is the bisexual performer. He is literally the meat in between the sandwich.
Yeah, he bridges that gap, all right.
We build so many bridges on this show.
Yeah. Wolf was great. So I guess keeping in the sex work arena, again, we mentioned this at the top of the show, episode 162, Majesty May.
Oh,
hilarious.
God bless this
Really,
woman.
really funny. Yeah, she just had like, just so many funny stories about shitting on people, like the fact that she can just do it like, whenever. And she's got her whole like little formula down as far as what she eats, how she does it. But this particular story, I mean, I admit I was retching a little bit because it's brutal. So strap in.
Stand out would be the time that I got my own shit coughed into my vagina.
Oh,
that was a time. He choked while swallowing, and so he was coughing, and during that coughing spell, he spat shit into my vagina, and was like, I just need to excuse myself very quickly.
Yes.
Hell to the no. Come on.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, big hell no. So that happened. I ended up getting BV for a week after that. So I now have BV pills in my home at all times, just because in case that ever happens, I'm like prepared.
The antibiotics or boric acid?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I am prepared.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I think that's like really the only standout one.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's
one of
that was pretty intense.
Yes, it was.
Oh, coughed back in your vagina. Ugh. Yeah, that one. That was hard to listen to at first, but it's really funny.
I wanted to make a film with Majesty May for Hump, but Hump has 3 no-nos. It's kids, pets, and poo. And I was like, yeah, guess I'm not going to make that film.
Yeah.
I didn't want to show the poop, but I wanted to like build it up.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hilarious.
Oh my God. Well, God bless, as they say. Good luck with that. Woo. You got any more?
I have just one more to really shout out to, and that is we also, I think this is a first for our show, had a chef.
Oh yeah, we did have a chef.
We had a chef, Alex Hall from the Bottoms Digest.
Mm-hmm.
This chef in episode 155, you're thinking, this is a poop show. Why would you dare talk about food on here? Well, food is very important to make poop, number 1. And number 2, this fabulous man makes incredible delicious recipes that help you to have anal sex better.
Yeah.
So
bottom friendly, as he puts it.
Yes, bottom friendly foods that like he takes out a lot of. It's mostly vegan. He takes out a lot of the cruciferous vegetables that make you really gassy, like garlic. And he makes these delicious meals because he noticed this trend in the gay community where bottoms were like, I'll just have an iceberg salad and not eat for 3 days so I can bottom. And he's like, no, we can't be unhealthy and not eat. And he even joined forces with, not through us, but joined forces with Bespoke Surgical and Dr. Evan Goldstein, and they are making recipes because like when it comes down to it, you can't starve yourself for good sex.
Yeah, and plus people like to eat.
Yes.
I want to have good sex and you want to be able to eat.
And good food.
He was one of my honorable mentions, actually. So yeah, Alex Hall, he was fantastic. Again, I've made a couple of those recipes. They're awesome.
Really good.
They're really tasty, actually. So,
but he also makes you think outside the box about like, even if you aren't bottoming, maybe throw some more fiber in your meals. Maybe I should be doing that so I wouldn't be so damn constipated.
And on top of that, I mean, there's, again, if you're not necessarily making this food to get ass fucked, you can just the recipes are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So just in that, like to Ellen's point, if you want something healthier, you want something that's tasty, that has a lot of stuff that's not gonna make you gassy and bloated or farty, whatever, check it out.
Yeah,
Bottoms Digest. It's a great resource.
Yeah, he had like low FOB foods, which a lot of actually like parents were making these recipes for their kids who were having like IBS problems. And like not every recipe was low FOB, but like some of them would write in and be like, hey, this recipe doesn't work for my kid. And he was like, yeah, this is the Bottoms Digest.
Exactly.
I'm not making this for children.
And his recipes are like, they're tested by friends of his peers, like actually people out there that are actually doing this stuff and they want to know, and like he gives them like he gets great feedback and tweaks the recipe, so it's being tested. This stuff is actually being used in the real world, so it's something if you're
not like he's just throwing a couple things in a pot and wishing everybody well.
No, this stuff's being like, it's field tested, so if you want to try something like that,
he was fantastic. And I bought one of his little kitchen towels that say, this is a kitchen towel, let's be honest, it's a cum towel.
Yeah.
And I bought it for me and some friends, and I love seeing it in their homes.
It is it's a good gift, and he's got great merch too.
Great merch.
So I believe he's a graphic designer as well.
Fabulous.
Yeah, really cool. And check out Bottoms Digest if you're into that stuff.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. My last one is the great Mike Catayo.
Oh,
he was hilarious. He's a great comedian, but he had so many funny stories. And he's got some disabilities that he deals with, so it makes it hard for him to go to the bathroom on top of that. But he makes jokes out of everything, so it's just so funny when you hear these stories. But he had story after story after story, and this was one of my favorite ones he mentioned.
I had a show in the Lower East Side, and then I had a show in Jersey City, and they were 3 hours apart, and it was the winter. And so I got done with one show, and I'm running across town, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to poop. I do not feel well. Yeah, so there was a Dwayne Reed on the way, and I went and shamelessly brought the pens. I'm like, I don't care. I do not care. I am not missing the second gig. I'm getting paid. I am going out there. I don't care if I'm wearing a diaper.
Did you use the diaper? Did it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
But did you shit in it? You like put the diaper on and...
I think I did. I think I had a little shard.
A little bit came out.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're protected, right?
Right? Better than a condom.
Yeah, he was really funny.
He should be sponsored by Depends.
He should. I'm surprised he isn't, like, he should be more famous than as far as like in the comedy world. He's like so fucking funny.
He's hilarious.
Like really great stories. So yeah, check out Mike. Just Google him, Cotayo, and you can find out all about him. He's hilarious. And
he was episode 182. Listen to that one. It's a great one.
Yeah.
Which also reminds me, I just found out from that book Gulp, there is a Beano, the gas pill. They have a hotline, and I called it the other day.
Oh, nice. How'd that go?
They called me back today.
Oh, shit.
Yes. I forgot to tell you. I just was reminded by the Depends thing. Beano called me back, and they're like, how can we help you? And I was like, actually, I have a show. And so I pitched them to come on the show. They said they're going to send it to their marketing department.
Okay.
God only knows if it'll happen, but
it might.
See, audience, I'm even calling the Beano hotline. And they called me back.
I mean, it's shocking they called you back. That's kind of amazing.
To have a hotline.
It's almost like, I'm just picturing like how many people are on this hotline? Or is it like one person's being like, I got to make 10 calls today?
I mean, I don't even have to ask about their product. I want to know why they have a hotline. Yeah. How many people
Whose
call?
idea was this?
What do they have to talk about?
Yeah. What are some of the craziest things people talk about?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Do I put Beano up my ass?
Yeah.
I guarantee you someone asked that.
Yeah. Maybe that's the number we should get. We should get the Beano hotline's telephone number, but just change one digit.
Yeah, right.
And see if we get any Beano people calling
spill
us.
Over.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the things that behind the scenes I'm working on for the show.
That's hilarious.
But the full court press I put on all these different places.
If Beano calls back, they're like, yeah, we'll do the show. It'll be so great. Well, fingers crossed for 2023 with a Beano interview.
Brilliant.
And if you're a company, a person, Anybody that has great stories or want to talk about it, you can visit us at heypoopypodcast.com.
Or email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.
Either one. And then you can get in touch and we will book you.
Yes.
We'll have you on the show.
We want to know more
simple.
about your poo.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So
I even reached out to one of the guys from that show I was telling you about, Good Bones. He helps demo some of these houses in Indianapolis, and he finds so much shit, which I don't know. When I think about demoing condemned buildings, I just didn't put poop into factoring into this. And it's animal and human shit.
probably like people squatting in there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's got to be this like layers of that shit in there.
Oh my God. There's so much shit in this show.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a home improvement show.
I can imagine. It's supposed to be abandoned shit. There's like abandoned buildings. It's probably,
But also, is this a very popular show on HGTV that's been around for like 7 seasons, which I binged all of them during the holidays. I love this show so much. But this is why I'm like, our show should be more famous, because every show that talks about shit, it's normal, it's natural, it's part of life. It's even part of demoing homes.
Apparently.
Yeah. But he's somebody else I also reached out to try to get as a guest, because I'm like, please tell me more about all the shit you found in houses.
Yeah.
Ugh, insanity.
Well, I just want to say thanks to all you listeners out there for being with us for another year.
Yes.
And we have so much more to give. And we want to hear from you. We love you. And thanks for laughing and learning everything but with us.
And happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
For more info, go to heypoopypodcast.com or email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. You can send in show ideas, guest requests. Check us out on Twitter at heypoopy, Instagram at heypoopypodcast, TikTok, heypoopypodcast, and our awesome new Facebook fan page. Go check it out at heypoopypodcast. We're also on Discord at heypoopydumps, or you can contact us at our new awesome hotline, 203-998-5579.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect for Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen. Edited by Dave. Executive producer Stormy Leather. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy!